Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine, going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the ground. You guys don't know this, but I sing that live every single time. Every time, just lay it down. Kidding, dude. Kidding. Coming out with you a little humor. Welcome to freaking another ep of History is Dank. Episode 12, dude. It's a freaking Strider's dozen, dude.
A Strider's dozen.
And guess what? I got to MLA cite my dog Aaron. Before we started recording, that's Modern Language Association. You know when your teacher used to, when you're writing an essay, you had to cite your source, which I've done a bad job thus far on this podcast. You've been tuning in for every single one. But, so I need to be better at that at going forward. But Aaron had that fire joke right before, and we loved it. We had a nice moment. We had a nice laugh. It was very dank. And
a Strider's dozen is exactly 12.
It's accurate, dude. And I'm all about accuracy, okay? When it comes to historical events, I want to be accurate, dude. I want to be dialed in. I want to find out exactly how dank something was and what dankness or lack of dankness thereof led to that event, you know? That's what we're talking about. What's circumstantial? What made the collective group of individuals we're studying in any period or do what they did if it was an event, or construct what we're looking at, or paint or sculpt something, or frickin' write something, dude, or, you know, grow something, you know? So pray to something, who knows? I'm talking a lot like this because started crushing this new book called Sapiens, dude. It's not a new book. It's a New York Times bestseller, but I'm freaking enjoying it, dude. Aaron, have you heard of this book, Sapiens, by Yuval and Noah Harari?
I've heard of it. I have not read it.
It's dank, dude. It's a brief history of humanity, of humankind. And it's legit, dude. I've just been freaking posting up, dude, at my dank desk here, sipping on a nice French press coffee, dude, and just enjoying it, dude. You know, freaking gaining knowledge with this book. And, dude, I'm getting all sorts of fire knowledge about early man. I'm only 3 chapters in right now, dude, so we're talking about, you know, cognitive revolution and stuff like that. Not at the agricultural revolution yet, or the scientific one. There's the 3 major ones, according to our freaking dog, Yuval Noah Harari. And I gotta agree, dude. Fired up, dude. I'm even learning about business reading this book, dude. Learning about LLCs, and I get fired up on cutting deals. I get fired up on business. I don't even just pay rent with my landlord, dude. I could do Dana's my landlord and her 3 sisters, dude. And I just dial them up, dude. I'll text them when I send my rent in, dude. I go, deal. You know in the little note section, which a lot of people put their apartment number right there. I just put deal right there, you know? This way they know, and they know what apartment it is because they see the word deal there. So just like to freaking re-up on that. But dude, there's a dank in Sapiens, dude. Freaking Harari brings up this dank term called imagined realities, which is legit, dude. And it's just about, and he talks about how the LLC and this guy, and I hope I'm saying it right, it's the car manufacturer Artur Puget, which is honestly, dude, I've been valeting a lot of years, and I have seen the Puget Lion. That's their image. You know, the BMW has like the Bavarian Motor Works is like the helicopter blades. It's like white blades in the blue sky, you know. That's what that's supposed to be. You know, Ferrari's got the freaking horse, and you know, as such and such goes with your freaking car emblems, dude. That's the Puget Lion. And anyway, I don't see that too much when I'm valeting cars, dude. I parked a lot of freaking whips and scored freaking a lot of freaking fat tips, so I know, sort of an expert with that. But it's huge in Europe. I don't know about to this day what numbers they're putting up, but anyway, dude, when this guy, freaking Artur Puget, inherited his metalworking shop from his family, he's like, dude, I'm gonna start making automobiles, and that's a little bit of a risk. And guess what, dude? I don't want to freaking take the brunt of that risk. I'm gonna form an LLC, a limited liability corporation, which is an imagined reality. It's human beings buying into an idea that corporation is an entity, basically a person of its own, right? Corpus, corporation, body. And the irony of there is that there's no body with that, but we treat it as if there is one. So it's freaking dank, dude. And it's these imagined realities that, Harari is arguing quite coherently and eloquently, if I say so myself, that separates us from, what ants and bees, they can all work together, but in distinct boundaries, human beings. And, if you look at our closest relatives, orangutans, and, if you look maybe even back at Neanderthals, although it's tough with the evidence, and even today with a group of human beings, Homo sapiens, 150 people is about the max where like a group can, they can gossip together and know each other's personalities and gain trust and know you can talk to someone and kind of know what you're getting. But with these imagined realities that we have now, like, he talks about churches and stuff, and he's not saying, he's not denying existence of higher powers. He's saying like a Catholic from the United States can meet a Catholic from Vietnam. They can go to church and they can exist together with one another and know exactly what they're getting. And that's sort of what makes humanity special. Human rights, these are quote imagined realities, and in times in our country, and it's crazy, what's going on in our country. And I'm not sure exactly when this pod will come out, but like with Black Lives Matters, like these are rights that we buy into as people. And you have to ask yourself, and I'm going to ask myself with our historical share here, like, what does it mean to be human? I mean, you look at the DNA, we all have the same exact DNA. Minor differences on the double helix that makes us individuals. But is it, if you look at it, it's like Homo sapiens are defined by like their brain capacity and like whatever the cubic centimeters of it is. But humanity, I think, is defined by our heart capacity and our abilities to buy into these, the term is imagined realities, but we make them true realities because we all invest in it. And I think we need to invest in our compassion for our fellow man. And I think that's dank. And so it's crazy, these lessons. That's what fires me up so much about this book is I'm just reading about, freaking Homo erectus, Homo sapien, Neanderthals, hominids that are still being discovered, mitochondrial Eve, and the Java. There's like a early Homo erectus called like the Indonesia called like the Java woman or something. And we have a lot of DNA. People share a lot of DNA from mitochondrial Eve, who was discovered in Africa, Homo africanus. But it's just interesting. These things are still popping. We're still learning so much. And I just get fired up on that book. So I would freaking straight up recommend it, and it's freaking dank. And the way it ties in and segues to our story is through that humanity element. And this is a dank, this historical share is a dank little piece of history and humanity whose central figure is not a human at all, but is a freaking bear, dude. Aaron, do you know who Wojtek is, dude? Have you ever heard of Wojtek? Wojtek? Wojtek?
Didn't they put out an app last year?
There's an app called Wojtek.
No, I don't know. I don't have a clue.
That's hilarious, dude. Maybe it's where you find like that app is just all about where you can find old Puget cars, redo them. It's like a bunch of dads that are on that app. It's like, you're not on Wojtek. They're just telling everyone about it at Thanksgiving. It's great. It's like a whole historical history channel show, dude, of just finding old auto body frames, then fixing them up. I'd watch that. The structure's already there. I'm fired. I love watching, stuff go from, junk to freaking treasure in one app. It's fire. So Wojtek, and you also might be asking yourself right now, because the backdrop of this is World War II, and how has it taken me this long to get to a freaking Strider's dozen to discuss World War II on History is Dank? I love World War II history. Obviously we don't love the tragedy around it, and that's what we're going to get to, this era where there's such a gross lack of, quote, humanity in the sense of compassion and caring for others, and the human toll that's taking place in death and suffering and otherwise. I'd like to focus on a little, highlight something a little bit positive during it, and it circles around Wojtek the bear, dude. All right? You also might think, and I wrote this down, Wojtek could also be like a Belgian DJ dude who's going to do like, you know, a 3-weekend set, like the MGM or something like that. You'd see a billboard and it's like some just, you know, 22-year-old dude with like a slick comb over, wearing like a tight jacket, like a collarless leather jacket on a billboard. And it's like Wojtek, MGM, you know, July, 3 weekends in July, cruise out, dude. So I could see that, but that's not what this is. This is a bear, okay? He's a magnificent 500-pound military bear who fought in World War II alongside a band of Polish soldiers. And this is my favorite part. He shared brews and cigs, dude. Now, we don't condone smoking, but he wasn't smoking them. He was eating them, dude. And I don't know if that's exactly healthy, but it boosts morale, and that's tight. He eventually shared the same fate as these soldiers, which we will get to. Suspense. You see that, Aaron? I'm building suspense. Though understanding the life and death of this unique creature, we need to discover the new meaning in terms of immigrant, patriot, and human being. So there's beautiful lessons to be learned, and this is, you can, I'll touch on it a little bit, but there's a 2011 film called Wojtek the Bear that you guys should check out too, that I hear is good, and I think maybe I'll watch it with my GF on a dank freaking date night, dude, and then play some Call of Duty after. That's nice, dude. Me and my GF, dude, we have a nice little dinner. We do a dank little dinner, okay? Very dank. Maybe heat up some raviolis from TJ's. Maybe make a little side salad, dude, with some freaking, you know, butter lettuce and maybe some power greens. My GF likes to throw those in there. Watch a dank little rom-com. Then we enjoy each other's company. Thank you very much. And then after that, my GF goes to bed, and I'll fire up Call of Duty and talk with the boys. These are great times we're living in. Technology is dank. Okay, the scientific revolution, not entirely dank, but dankness came out of it, like a Microsoft Xbox. So let's get into a little bit. This is from, I got a lot of this from a Time article. Time, dude, legit article, dude. Freaking grandpas read Time, dude. I'll freaking post up with grandpas, dude, and just read Time, dude. Spend some time with some freaking at a retirement home. Very nice thing to do. Very, very, very dank, dude. To read a Time article, dude, you can talk for days about that, dude. Play some cards, dude. Play some Go Fish, dude. Maybe play some poker, dude, and clean out the old folks, dude. You know what I mean, dude? Look, we come into this world with nothing. We got to leave it with nothing, baby. That's why, look, if I get a nice little pile, I'm going to give some back, get some freaking dank charities, maybe even start up a dank charity for like, valets who are fired up, trying to be creative, dude, trying to freaking track down, a career in comedy or something, dude, trying to get on. It's my dream moving out to LA to be on SNL, dude. I was telling Aaron about this. I sent him an email with the dank graphic. He's like, what the hell's this video? I was like, oh, it's my SNL reel. I'm working on my new one right now, so fired up on that. But dude, I gotta, maybe get a charity for those, dude, trying to live the classic Hollywood dream via the Valet Avenue, dude. Maybe we just donate freaking Puget cars to valets who need to drive around to auditions. I don't know. This is down the line. But anyways, even after I start that charity, if I got an extra pile, I'm going to Vegas. I'm laying it down, baby. I'm having a weekend, dude, and it's going to be nice. I'm going to be at the craps table just freaking betting the pass line, dude. Just freaking laying it down, dude. Best odds in Vegas, dude. Pass line. What up, dude? If you don't learn anything from this pod, you just learned that. So there's a Polish branch. Actually, no, I want to talk a little bit about what type of bear Wojtek is. He's a Syrian brown bear. And he was bought as a young cub at a railway station in Hamadan, Iran by a Polish Second Corps soldiers who had been evacuated from the Soviet Union. The Poles formed an army on Soviet soil before being marched to the Middle East to join the British forces. Along the way, the soldiers got their hands on an orphan bear cub that became the mascot of the 22nd Artillery. That's dank. Okay, so the theory is that this Wojtek's mother was probably shot by a hunter, from some schmoll hunter out there, dude, just freaking capped Wojtek's mom, unchill. And then Wojtek's running around young and, gets picked up, and then he gets purchased by these soldiers who like him because apparently he had a very, took a very big liking to people because he kind of thought that they were his parents. They thought that his soldiers were these parents. And in fact, there's one soldier in this 22nd Artillery Corps, 17-year-old Polish soldier who shares the same name, and I'm going to butcher it. It's Polish. Wojciech, W-O-J-C-I-E-C-H. That's the Polish spelling. But then, you know, the nickname of it, maybe a name like Michael becoming Mike becomes like just Wojtek. So they share a name, and dude, these soldiers the two Wojteks have a bond, dude. He says, is a quote from him, "I felt like he was my older brother." Very interesting, you know, and these are trying times, dude. People are going to, you know, you're in war. You need anything that's going to boost morale, dude. And you got a bear that's freaking posting up, crushing brews with you and who's friendly, dude. 500-pound friendly bear. You kidding me, dude? I'm fired up on that. And let's just lay a little groundwork here. This is from the Time article. On April 8th, 1942, the cub was discovered in the mountains of Iran by a group of Polish prisoners of war who were being transported from Siberian Gulag. Friggin' reminds me of Call of Duty right there. Through the Middle East to Alexandria, Egypt. From there, they were shipped off to Europe, most famously to fight in the 1944 Battle of Monte in Italy. The Allies got together in 1942 and made a pact with Stalin in which they could release the Poles to join the Allied troops, according to the Aileen, the author of Wojtek the Bear, Polish war hero. So that's Time quoting her. While in Egypt and in the Middle East, Wojtek needed all of the refreshing liquids he could find in the sweltering heat, according to Brendan Foley, an author working on a film inspired by the bear's life. It's not the 2011 one. I think there's a new one coming out as well. The bear would chase after oranges that the men used for grenade practice. He learned how to break into the communal shower huts and turn on the shower on his own, which was a problem because water was being rationed. And his ingeniousness would sometimes result in water shortages. The men even taught the bear how to pick up new recruits and hold them upside down by the boots to make the rookies think they were getting eaten. That's classic. How are you not going to feel like a family when you got this guy, you got this great personality? You know, that it's bringing a little bit of, I'm using this word and maybe it's lame, but you know, the humanity into this scenario that's so stress-inducing and trying and lacks a lot of, it's about, dude, I freaking love Band of Brothers, dude. These brothers right here, dude, this Polish unit, dude, this Band of Brothers has a freaking bear who's one of their brothers, Wojtek, dude. Legit, dude. This is great. They said this is quoting the human Wojtek here. He's saying, he was like a child, like a small dog. He was given milk from a bottle like a baby, so therefore he felt that these soldiers were nearly his parents, and therefore he trusted us and was very, very friendly from an early age. So that's kind of saying why he was able to, you know, be so chill around all the soldiers, dude. And so you're asking, all right, dude, Wojtek the bear, cool. He's cruising around with this unit. How's that possible? He became an official Polish soldier when they had to like board a train, or they had to board a ship from Iraq to Egypt. So in order to get on the ship, you had to be a soldier. So they officially enlisted Wojtek the bear. He had a paybook. He didn't receive money, but he was officially a soldier. He did receive double rations though, because he weighed about 500 pounds. He would play, fight, and box. He'd eat, like I mentioned, unlit cigs, which is so dank. Wojtek says carefully he didn't get drunk. You know, he's 500 pounds. It's one bottle of beer. It's not going to do much. He says Wojtek helped keep up the troops' morale, of course. For people who are far away from their families, far from their home or country, from a psychological viewpoint, it was very important. Let's see. Oh, and this is like, so in the Battle of Monte Cassino, and this is unconfirmed, they say, but Wojtek was spotted carrying artillery shells. This is with a 22nd Polish artillery unit. And that's where they got the emblem for their unit. They had like a patch of a bear carrying artillery shells. That's awesome. That's a cool freaking, your same grandpa and dad who's watching Hell on Wheels and who's watching the History Channel show where you find old Puget body frames and then fix them up. He would like to get his hands on one of those patches and have it framed, you know, if he's got Polish heritage or something like that. That's something that he'd like to have in his workshop, you know, while he's freaking posting up, sipping on a Mountain Dew and just chilling, working on his Puget, dude. So a little side about the Battle of Monte Cassino. This is also known as the Battle for Rome, or the Battle for casino. It was a costly series of 4 assaults by Allies against the Winter Line in Italy, held by Axis forces during the Italian campaign of World War II. The intention, of course, was to break through and capture Rome. With its heavily fortified mountain defenses, difficult river crossings, and valleys flooded by the Germans, Cassino formed a linchpin of the Gustav Line. That's part of the most formidable line of defense positions making up the Winter Line. In spite of its potential excellence as an observation point, this is an interesting little side fact. There was like and I think they referenced this in Miracle at St. Anna, maybe. There's a Benedictine abbey that has like a great vantage point to view the valley and would be good for like the Germans to see where the enemy's coming from. And apparently they weren't using that. They were respecting like the Benedictine monks, but then the Allies got information that they were using it, so then we bombed it. But then once it was bombed, the Germans for sure just went ahead and said, hey, okay, we're going to go ahead and use it, though most likely they were before. The capture of Monte Cassino resulted in 55,000 Allied casualties, with German losses being far fewer, estimated around 20,000 KIA or wounded. So that's just a little aside. There's this dude who's making this film, I think is Mr. Wojtek. The human's last name is Narbeski. He says that on one summer's day, when they were driving along Italy's Adriatic coast near Ancona, Wojtek spotted the sea. He got fired up, dude. He jumped out. Who wouldn't, dude? You're on the coast, dude. You're chilling, dude. I mean, I get it, dude. Bear jumps out, went to the beach, and on the beach there were many Italian girls taking a bath. You can imagine what happened. I said, girls, don't be afraid. The bear is good. So that's just a classic image of a bear. You imagine, dude, you're just posting up, getting a little sun, bronzing, dude. Imagine Chad and JT are out there just freaking tanning their perineums, dude, tastefully towards the water, dude, making sure no one's around. And just a freaking bear cruises up out of nowhere. It's going to give anyone a fright, but also a good laugh once they found out it's just freaking Wojtek, the chiller bear, dude. That's what I like to call him, dude, a chiller bear, dude. I know he's a freaking Syrian brown bear, but he's a freaking chiller bear, dude. Let's see. So I mentioned earlier, Wojtek shares the soldier's fate. When the war ended, the Polish troops scattered all over the world. So no tragedy here, dude. I got you guys, freaking zing, dude. Bear didn't get sniped. Bear didn't get, no backfire shell or no artillery coming down on them. So the bear, and then the troops, their units, what do they call it? Like broken apart. I know there's an official term, I forget, but declustered, I think. And they're sent all back to their homes and everything. Some to Eastern Europe, communist Eastern Europe, back in Poland. And the bear becomes a little bit of a political tug of war. The Polish troops they're fighting just fascists, and they're not, fans of the communists, and they don't want this bear to become a symbol for the Russians now. So he ends up in Scotland in a village called Hutton in Berwickshire, on a farm where he lived with other Polish fighters who were being lodged there. And then he goes to a zoo in Scotland, and he posts up there. So he does not have to go back, and he lives out his life there, just posting up, dude. Probably not crushing any more beers or eating any more cigs. But he's just freaking chilling, dude. And the soldiers, every so often would go back and visit him and see him, dude. Maybe they would recognize, the two Wojteks would recognize each other, dude. Go up and just freaking give a nice little fist bump if you can, dude. And then hopefully Wojtek was just crushing salmon, dude, and just having a dank time snacking on berries and honeys, dude, and just living out his life there, which is tight. So, because, they couldn't go, let's just put him back in the wild now, because he grew up, he grew up like a human, dude, like many of these soldiers who were young men in that freaking 22nd military unit. He grew up, and, his brain capacity wasn't able to comprehend what's going on all around him, but, dude, he freaking grew up as a freaking chiller bro, dude. He was one of the boys, dude. He was in the squad, dude. He was definitely not the schmoll of the 22nd Artillery Corps, dude. He was the freaking emblem of it. He was the heart of it, dude. And it's, they say man's best friend is a dog. And early man, dude, reading this book, Sapiens, dude, special bond developed between between dogs and man, dude, over the years. You know, I mentioned this earlier. Those are the apex predators, dude. The early man's dome and the freaking dog's heightened senses, dude, and their abilities to get along with one another, dude. And, dude, imagine if a bear was your dog. Dude, imagine if you could have a pet bear nowadays, dude. Oh, dude. Freaking just, me and my GF, dude, just freaking have a bear in our apartment, dude. Jerry, our downstairs neighbor, just chiefing cigs, dude. If it was Wojtek might go down knocking on his door asking for a cig, dude, if he gets hungry for a snack. But, you know, Jerry wouldn't be too happy having a freaking 500-pound bear stomping around, dude. And also, me and my GF, I'd have to pull in some fatter tips and get a yard for the bear, you know. So, you know, with more dankness comes more, you know, issues, dude. You know, that's what they say. But issues that are welcome in that sense, dude. Finding a freaking dank backyard for me and my GF's rescue bear. And that'd be tight, too. But, dude, I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, sometimes where we can forget treating each other well, you know, animals can remind us of our most compassionate senses. You know what I mean, dude? It's why people get so mad with, like, you know, Michael Vick and stuff. Like, you don't treat something innocent like that. And, you know, people can do wrong, but doesn't mean they deserve harsh treatment. And even when people are innocent, just for who they are, how they appear, or whatever minor genetic DNA difference they have that makes melanin in their skin look different, they don't deserve any separate treatment. We all deserve to be compassionate of one another and treat each other like we're all members of the squad, even schmoles. All right, dude, that's freaking sick. Aaron, were you fired up? Did you know anything? You never knew about Wojtek before that?
Dude, I did not, but that is awesome.
He's a sick chiller bear, dude. It's tight, right?
Yeah. I want a bear.
I would love a bear. You're a dog owner, dude. I mean, come on. Yeah. You got a special bond with your dog. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
Freaking sick, dude. So, Aaron, if you're down, I've got something special right now.
Okay.
If you're not down, don't worry. I didn't get any writing questions because we've been bumping out a lot of apps. So I figured I wrote a few questions.
Are we ranking bears?
Dude, I would rank it. Dude, maybe I'm going to add that question right now. Top 3 bears, go. Types of bears. I mean, Wojtek's a chiller that we know, who we've gotten to know. You know, there's Baloo.
Yep.
From the friggin' Jungle Book. There's
Yogi.
There's Yogi. There's Smokey.
Uh-huh.
These are all dank bears. There's I mean, polar bear is probably my favorite type of bear. It's awesome. I think it's the biggest bear. It's the largest carnivorous land mammal, even though it spends a lot of time in water. I love polar bears.
Yeah.
Grizzlies are tight. The movie, what's the movie with Alec Baldwin and
Anthony Hopkins?
The
Edge.
The Edge. I'm going to kill the motherfucker. Says that. That's what I'm going to do. Great movie, dude. Bears, great villains and great protagonists. They're just the best.
Yeah.
You don't want to come in between a bear and its cub, though.
Nope.
You don't want to do that. So what I was going to do is ask you just a few questions.
Sure, let's do it.
There's one you don't want to answer, no pressure.
Okay.
So, and there's not that many. Figure we bump out a few of these, have a little fun.
Sure.
Let's see here. What letters do you have saved and from who? So I save letters from my GF, which fires me up. You know, all birthday cards, anything like that. Do you save any letters from anybody special or anything like that? Any emails?
I just have letters or cards and little notes from my wife since we've met.
I love that. See, that fires me up. That's so dank. It's like I think that's a great thing and I wrote that down because I think and I wanted to ask you that, and I figured we were going to answer in that way. I was like, it's just a good thing to do. And, you know, a lot of people don't write each other many cards these days. I mean, I think birthday and, you know, stuff like that, but even little nothings. Even like, you know, now all of our photos are digitally done. So I guess there are timestamps on it, but it's nice if you have like a hard photo, you put your name on the back, you put where it was, the date, then you can look at that with your dank wife, your dank your wife, aka your GFF, dude, your GF forever, dude, and just look back on those memories. I think that's tight.
Yeah. In terms of like I have a text chain going with my wife that's probably been years. We lost the original, like just it cleared off my phone one day by accident, but yeah, it's still been going for years.
See, that's interesting, dude. That's like an artifact. If you imagine, I mean, like text, Twitter, it's essentially tablet writing. These are essentially long, ongoing digital tablets, right? Like, you know, Legend of Gilgamesh was discovered on clay tablets. That's how we have it. Like that was the writing source they had. Dude, imagine if you found a tablet of early man's, like even, you know, 1,000 years ago of an exchange between a husband and wife. We would learn so much.
Yeah.
Be wild.
Yeah, I wish we'd since we met online, I wish we'd have printed out our first interactions, you know. On
that'd be great.
Cupid or whatever, but
hey,
yeah, we didn't do that.
If OkCupid's looking to make a buck, go find those those things and then sell them to someone, or just give them to someone, give them to a few, then start selling them sick, twisted, making money off people's love, twisted. Just give them to the people. OkCupid, come on. OkCupid, okay. Dangerous kids. How far should we go to keep them in check? Now, I asked you this question because it's just hilarious to refer to kids as dangerous. Now, in light of everything, there are kids who have, you know, mental instabilities, and we live in an era of school shootings and theaters and all of these things, which is just horrendous. But literally, the way I'd like to frame this question is, like, I'm talking about like a middle schooler who spikes his hair and like sags his shorts. Like, it just sounds like dangerous kids is a phrase that like a group of parents talk about like at a backyard barbecue at 3 p.m. And you know, they're all talking about Corey. Corey's the kid who spikes his hair and sags his shorts and wants a skateboard. And he talks about going paintballing for his birthday, and the parents are worried about it. And so in a suburban sense, I guess is what I'm saying, how do we keep dangerous kids in check, Aaron?
I think you just got to keep them around, keep them close. Like, you got to listen to them.
Yep.
And make sure that nothing is heading in a bad direction.
For sure.
And let them know that they're still appreciated.
Yeah.
Because the further they want to get away from you, that's when things can get weird.
Yeah. Then your kid becomes Sid from Toy Story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron, great advice. See, this is fire. What's in your medicine cabinet? Kidding. But do you have any uppers though, dude?
No,
I'm joking, dude. Again, do you take your medicine in the dark for a little added thrill? Kidding again. Never do that. Don't do that. It's dangerous. Honestly, I do not have any questions about medicine.
I've never even thought of that. It's so funny though.
Yeah, just be like, dude, I'm gonna take it with the lights out, dude. Whatever. Not even look. Be like, yeah, I know how this one feels. Don't do that if you're listening.
Especially if most of what you take is vitamins. It's like, well, that's not really.
Yeah.
It's not dangerous.
Yeah, if it's just vitamins, you're good. But then, you know, if you've got antibiotics or whatever, scary. And if you're housing IPAs, don't do that. Maybe a medicine question, it could be pharmaceutical ads. What are your thoughts? I mean, they weren't allowed before, like, what, the 80s? Didn't Reagan make them legal? Before that, like,
I feel like it was the 90s even. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's insane. That's the era we've grown up in.
Yeah.
Everybody's body is so different. One person's advice for how to handle a situation is so nuanced. And literally, like, you know, I was talking about reading Sapiens. Yes, our DNA, yes, we're all the same, but we all contain multitudes. You know what I mean? Like, we all deserve the same imagined reality of respect that we need to tap into. And people think of imagined as lying. That's not lying. Harari phrases it very well, where he's like, lying is me telling you there's no lion by the river when I know there's a lion there. An imagined reality is saying, like, something that, like, lions, if we respect lions, we will, and it's also very true, but if we pray to lions, then they won't come get us. Or if we pray to the deer if we speak to the deer we're about to go hunt, we will have good energy from it. And dude, you know, even thousands of years later, Confucius says, dude, those who have positive thoughts you're just going to naturally radiate that positivity. It doesn't mean deny yourself those negative thoughts. Feel the emotions, hopefully express them in a healthy manner. But I don't know, I'm getting a little sidetracked there off of pharmaceutical ads. But my whole point is, you know, everybody's body is different. How can they have these? And in every ad, it's consult your doctor. It's like, yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah.
Like, well, what the?
And they have to list the symptoms, which is a kind of a hacky joke to do that. But
Totally.
like, it's like, I don't need to know. You told me to talk to my doctor. I'll talk to my doctor.
Yep.
That's fine.
100%. So it's wild. Anyway, dude, I just wanted to ask you those few questions. Oh wait, actually, finally, what's your favorite burger at In-N-Out? You thought I was going to let you off without grilling you?
I don't know.
Think I'm going to let you off without
Yeah,
without getting grilled like that? In-N-Out style? Mustard style?
It's probably like something. I mean, I don't even know if I've ever ordered it, but probably like a 4x4 would be good.
Yeah.
I don't really need animal style or anything like that. I just need pretty basic.
You just get you get the basic build. You just go 4x4 cheeseburger, or do you go burger?
Cheese, definitely cheese. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to get cheese.
Maybe do the fries animal style so they're not garbage.
Yep. And you got to eat the fries. If you get the fries animal style and you take them to go, the special sauce you got to eat them immediately. That's the thing about them. You can't get them to go. You got to have them there. It's a for there item. Animal style burger, you could take away and be okay with. But the fries, no. You're going to be it's going to be Sog City, baby. You don't want to be eating animal style in Sog City, baby. No. So, yeah, dude, that's a fire up right there. Aaron, thank you so much for indulging the questions. I mean, maybe we'll even revisit that if we don't get many. And
Sure.
It was dank, dude. It's fire finding that out, dude. Save letters of loved ones, dude. You know, it's a dank thing to do. Save the emails, put them in a little thing, you know. Little tag on Gmail if you're using Gmail or whatever, dude.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who's, we lost Brody Stevens a year ago, and I lost my dad last year. It's so important if you have them, because I was super like anal retentive about cleaning out my phone and making sure it just had what I needed in it, and I would be so happy to have those text messages or voicemails still. And the phones have so much more storage now. It's like it's irrelevant. It's not going to clog your phone.
Exactly right. And yeah, just taking the time, once a year, if you need to clear out your phone, you can get a little separate hard drive, even though it's not huge data, for saving some text threads and stuff. And I think it'll be something you'll be happy you did down the road, Future you is going to thank you. Be nice. So yeah, thank you so much, Aaron, dude. This has been fire. Another freaking dozenth. Is dozenth even a term, dude? 12th?
12th.
The 12th freaking episode of History is Dank. Freaking fired up on that, dude. Got any more questions, dude? Email striderwilsonshreds@gmail.com. Freaking stay stoked, stay chill, and dude, treat each other right, dude. That's what's up. Freaking do it all night. All right, dude, lit.